Ladies and gentlemen, the president is here for the 23rd India-Russia Annual Summit. But very importantly, this is his first trip here since the Ukraine war began in 2021. What you're seeing is the Russian president's plane essentially touched down in Delhi. This is often called the Flying Kremlin. It essentially is like a palace, a flying palace. You have conference rooms here. You have you have the president who is the one who actually travels on that plane connected to the Kremlin at all points of time. There are luxurious rooms, I'm told, all possible amenities that a palace will offer you. This flying Kremlin, I beg your pardon, offers to the Russian president. The fact is, I was just mentioning the fact that this is his first trip here since the Ukraine war began in 2021, and that does make things a bit complicated. America, you know, is pressurizing him to end the war and has slapped an extra 25% tariff on India for buying Russian oil to arm twist the Russians. But when the Prime Minister of India goes to Palam Airport to receive President Putin, there are multiple signals being sent, isn't it, Madhav?
Well, couldn't get your question very clearly, Shreya. I apologize because there's a huge amount of traffic behind me. I'm sure you'd understand if you've done lives outside local Marg in the past. But yes, a very, very important visit. You were, of course, describing the Auris, which, as you rightly put it, is, of course, one of the most secure vehicles that there is. And of course, security a very important part. We can see a huge posse of Delhi police personnel who've been deployed around the entire area of Lok Marg. In fact, I can tell you, when I was coming here, I was stuck in a massive jam, about 2 hours ago, which really goes to show the kind of security and elaborate security arrangements that were made. Of course, it is peak hour traffic, but over and above that, the kind of security deployments that have been made just for this one event. Remember, tomorrow is going to be a very crucial day. There are multiple events that President Putin will have, from the Rashtrapati Bhavan to Rajghat, as well as a business roundtable at Bharat Mandapam, apart from, of course, the most important part of the visit, which is the official bilateral meeting and the subsequent announcement that is expected to take place post 11:30 at the Hyderabad house. So it's going to be a packed day as far as President Putin is concerned, and certainly, of course, a very significant one, coming as it does in the wake of the Trump tariffs and, of course, the war with Ukraine, which is going to be a very significant issue. And the Prime Minister, of course, having already made his point very clear that now is not a time of war. At a time such as this, what are we expected to see in terms of the takeaways of this crucial visit? Of course, as we've been discussing, so much that's on the table. India and Russia have so much of shared history in terms of cooperation, not just of defense, but several other areas as well. And in this point of time, one of the concerns that many have been expressing, of course, is the balance of trade and rectifying that, because at the moment it's hugely lopsided in the favor of Russia. What will be the attempts? Of course, Russia having already announced how it will in fact look at purchasing more and more from India in coming days, and that's of course expected to be a slow process, but a start expected in this particular visit with a huge business delegation that will be accompanying President Putin on this visit.